front of the inn.
Okay, so you're out front. Okay, so
Organized chaos, in other
Yeah.
words.
okay, so where we left off was then that Bellion is leaving. Alton is outside. Reginald is outside as well, but on the other side of the inn. Valem and Elizabeth have bedded down in a stable with some horses.
Really?
Yeah,
They're
It's
sleeping
cold.
very
We have to
tight
cuddle.
together.
I do
Fine, I'll
like
cuddle
your
recall.
with your
older men.
sister.
You do like your older men, Beth.
Shut up!
He's
I-
about the same age.
Seriously, again? I hate you all.
I do
Fuck you,
recall
Roll20.
that Elizabeth had calmed the horses down successfully in the stables to prevent them from panicking. And
Yep.
okay, so it's extremely late out. It's late in the evening, obviously. The sun has set, the moon is rising, and why don't we, I guess, go to the inn? And what are Alton? What are you doing to clarify?
I've been running around to the back of the inn because last I checked, people were back there and we didn't know what was going on until Bellion looked like he's turned sides.
Okay. All right. So what are you guys doing at the inn?
Well, I'm waiting out front to see if Alton or Bellion will show up, and if they don't, I'll kind of walk around towards the back and see if anyone comes out the back.
Okay. So Alton, you're standing out back. Bellion, you sort of double backed. I imagine Bellion, you can kind of see Alton like creeping around the windows, like underneath to the back of where you were, because I think you left out of the kitchen.
I teleported out. Like I just was like 300 feet down the road and walking clear back.
Okay. Yeah. So,
So I
you're
may
you're
end up
beginning
in the
you're
front
beginning to
with
walk
no one
back
there.
to the inn, and you kind of see, I think, Reginald sort of. Reginald, are you making any attempt to creep, or are you just like casually walking?
I'm just casually walking.
Okay.
I might be looking around at other buildings and like, uh, touristy things. Maybe I don't know.
Okay. So I think Bellion, you can, as you're kind of like walking back, you probably see the form you would recognize as Reginald, sort of like walking around back, and you see Alton kind of like lingering toward the back. So what are you guys doing?
Okay, so I'll approach Bellion first. If I see him closer, and be like, "All right, so you're hiding."
I said not hiding, so yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
Not in the
So I'll go up to you and I'll say, so I think that guy knew who I was already. So
They made both of you. I can guarantee that. They knew who everyone was, except for him. Well, obviously he doesn't know my name, but he knew that I was lying about it. Also, I'm pretty sure they know that Alton's friend is in the back.
we should probably,
Want him? Probably.
yeah.
Another news. He might be thinking that I'm looking for work for him. Perhaps we could use that.
That could be useful. We should find Valem and let him know what we've learned.
Do you know where he's supposed to meet back up?
I think the beach.
We could try that. If all else fails, I'll just set us up a Lotus place to camp, I suppose. Let's go get Alton. I believe I saw him around the back as well.
All right. Do.
Meanwhile, I'm spying using O's inside the kitchen.
Okay. So I think what Oz is seeing is there's like a very brief conversation between Aldo and Valem's mother and sister, who and Aldo's being very polite to them. He just kind of turns, and they're obviously still spooked, and they're looking at him unsure of what he's gonna do. And Are you actually listening to this conversation? Like, are you inside Oz's mind?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm currently huddled up underneath the window and using O's.
Okay. So, yeah. So Aldo basically says to the two of them something God, my brain just blanked out completely.
Effect.
To the effect, thank you, of, it's going to be fine. Everything's all right. Don't worry. It's not going to be much longer now. And he said, and he sort of starts to like, not push them, but he's kind of beckoning them out and telling them like, let's get you to bed. Let's put you to bed, get you some rest. And he's still, wearing that very, smarmy grin. But he basically tries to lead them out of the kitchen into the inn proper and kind of toward the stairs.
All right. I am actually going to. Yeah, because I think Bellion's turned traitor. I'm going to peek in the window and attempt to banish him.
I'm not there.
Not you, Aldo.
Oh,
You're going to attempt to banish Aldo?
That is correct.
Okay. Sure. What's the check? Oh my God!
Charisma save.
Everything is loading really slow. What's the DC?
16.
Okay, so no. Wow.
Aldo just disappears.
Did that take anyone else like a long time to pop up? Wow, I'm sorry. Everything is just really slow. It's driving me crazy.
everything's slow on Roll20 for me too. Don't.
Yeah,
Like I said,
Roll20's
it's
been
not
slow
you.
for a couple days lately for me.
It's the Amazon cloud services that they use.
Okay. So
I don't know.
yeah, so he is instantly just poofs out of existence. And I think that the two women look to each other, suddenly kind of panicked. And so now you are outside of O's because you can't cast that when you're looking through
Correct.
Oz's
No,
mind.
I'm outside of O's, and I'm going to knock politely on the back door.
Okay. And you
Because I only have a minute.
okay. So he blinks completely out of existence, and the two women are looking panicked, and the sister like latches on to her mother in kind of a fright, unsure of what the hell just happened. And they're both like staring at the door, and neither of them is moving for it.
Good evening. My name is Alton.
I think the door's
I'm a friend
closed.
of
They
your
can't
father.
hear you. Like you need to go inside.
I opened the door. Yeah, I'm opening the door and walking in after knocking, just giving them warning that I don't just burst in the door.
Okay. Yeah, and they're
I'm
both
here on
like
behalf
staring
of
at
your
you.
father and husband.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we have exactly 30 to 45 seconds before he comes back. If you can gather your entire family, we can be gone of this place right now.
And Isabel, Balaam's mother, says to you, I'm not leaving. My whole family's at risk. I can't just leave.
I'm going to reunite you with most of your family, and we'll save your other daughter.
And bear in mind, you don't know where her husband is because he's not in the kitchen.
No, I do not. That's why I asked
you-
to call him.
He did come back in the kitchen with Aldo. I remember that.
The father? No, he didn't. It was just, I'm pretty sure he didn't.
Yeah, because she called for him, and he and Aldo
Yeah.
both came back.
I don't think they're all in the,
The
room.
wife
I
called
don't
for-
think they're all in the room together.
Okay.
Like, I don't think Kaylin was in there with, I think it was just the mother and the sister. I'm almost positive.
They came back when I was talking to them. That's.
I remember the mother and daughter had called for help
Mhm.
when Bellion showed up, and then
They actually
Kaylin was
called
going to
for
stand
him.
up, and then Aldo too was like, "Oh yeah," and then that's when I was leaving at the same time.
If he took off somewhere in between, I mean, yeah. But,
I just, I don't recall, like, because I feel like I would remember him being in there with everybody else.
He wasn't saying anything. It was all Aldo taking the lead. But what last I remember being said is that they both got up to go into the back at the wife's insistence.
Well, and it was weird too because the first thing that happened was Aldo started talking to Bellion because Bellion was just in the kitchen.
What caused it is when Bellion was talking to Isabel, she dropped a pan or something like that, and it caused an incident. And then she called for Kalen, and then Aldo went with Kalen to the kitchen.
Okay, whatever. So, okay, so they're all looking at you in a panic, and yeah, Isabel is she's still fighting you. She's saying, like, I won't leave without my other daughter. I don't know who you are. I don't know where she is, and I have no reason to trust you.
It's a fair point.
Yes, well,
She
Reginald
doesn't
is
know
here
we
to
did.
help you, but he can't be in two places at once. You need to make a decision. If the decision is no, I will leave right now, but this is the only chance I have to give you.
And they're all looking at one another in kind of a panic. And by this point, like 30 seconds has passed. And he just Kalen looks at you and says, "Who are you? Why give me a reason to trust you."
My name is Alton Brownbread. I'm a former sailor upon the Laughing Minstrel, and right now I'm helping out Reginald because he helped save me. Please, we don't have much time. If you don't believe me, then just tell me and I'll leave.
Why don't you give me a persuasion check?
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. They just look at each other, and Isabel starts pushing Kalen. Like, she's like, "All right, it's time to go." Like, she doesn't know if she trusts you, but you're not Aldo, and so
All right.
they start heading for the door with you. However, roll me a perception check. Okay. Yeah. So they start coming to the door. And are you pushing them out, or are you like moving ahead of them? Like how?
I am hustling them out. I'm making sure they get out first.
Okay.
Women and children specifically first.
Yeah. So I think right as because I think Kalen's going to be the last to get out the door. I think right as he's going to leave, you hear at the very last second a number of footsteps that are basically running toward the kitchen. And a face kind of appears in the doorway, and it appears to be one of the patrons that you just saw earlier. And it's a human, and it's a human man, and he just looks at you and begins like panicking and looking around. And I think that's going to be initiative just between you and him.
Alrighty.
Whoops.
I don't have a token, I don't think.
You can just put one. Can you pull it to the map?
Flag it in.
Yeah, absolutely. I was looking for it going, I don't see it, but...
Okay, let me pull up the initiative tracker. Oh, I got to clear that. Okay. Now, if you want to do it, that's fine.
He goes first. Not by
Yes,
much!
He does. Okay. Yeah, so he looks at you, and he's obviously like looking around, and you can clearly tell that he's confused. Like he's desperately confused because he saw Aldo walk in here, and now Aldo's not in here. So what is he gonna do? Fewer choices, but that's okay. So, I think, you know what? I think he is actually just going to cast, I think he's going to cast, no, that doesn't seem fair to me. He's gonna cast a spell on himself, and I think he blinks out of existence. Like he just disappears right in front of you.
Okay.
And that,
in that case...
yeah, you see nothing. He just disappears, and then there's like a pause, and then it's your turn.
All right. In that case, I'm going to hustle up next to the family, and considering my concentration on Aldo is probably nearly gone anyway, they are all invisible.
Including yourself? You can't do it on yourself.
No, I can just get the three of them.
Okay. All right, so they all
All right.
disappear.
And the last thing I'm going to say to them is head to wherever the heck we were on the beach. That's where Reginald was waiting. Or not Reginald.
Valem.
Yeah, Reginald. I'm losing my mind. That is where Valem is waiting. I'm waiting on Reginald. I'm about to get in trouble.
I'm probably just walking around the corner. Me and Bellion are probably just walking around the corner by the time people are coming out the door or something. I would assume.
Okay.
It's think that
And I
because
think
we're close, but not.
Yeah, you're like approaching right as this happens. So I think Reginald, you see them blink out of existence. You see the Miras family just disappear, and I think at that point, Alton, since you're still right there, I think in that moment you see Aldo blink back into existence right where you left him.
Yep, and I'm running.
And yeah, so he blinks back, looks. You hear a voice from the room, presumably from the mage who turned himself invisible, and the mage simply says, "They're getting away." And Aldo, like, you see this huge smile creep across his face. And he says, "Oh, I like a chase." And he just like bellows across the inn. He's like, "To arms, boys!" And he books, like he takes off after you. And you're like running like with the family?
Oh hell no, I'm going a different direction.
Okay. So Reginald and Bellion, you are nearby. You see this happening. What are you doing?
I guess.
He's running like towards us or away from us, like the short one.
Alton, that's you.
I'm the
Are you
short
running
one now.
to us or away from us?
It depends on which way the beach is. If you are towards the beach, I'm running away from you.
I honestly don't know. We were just in front, walking around the side to the back, so I don't know.
Like we see the family, they blink out of existence, and Brown Bread just starts booking it. We know what's up. It's like,
Yeah, I think if he's not running towards us, I'm gonna run towards Alton and follow him, assuming some shit's gone down. And yeah, like
I am going to start running, but I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay, what do you do?
And I'm going to mimic a wall of stone right in front of the doorway, like the back door that they just came out of, with major image.
Well, so they would have seen it, at least the mage and Aldo. Like, I don't know how.
It looks like a wall of stone was just conjured into existence from the ground.
Right, but if they see you doing it, then they're gonna know it's fake, right?
How would they know it's fake? I mean,
if I'm standing, if I'm staring down an alleyway, and I'm just there, and a wall just literally appears out of nowhere, they're gonna be suspicious. Like they would know that wall wasn't there. If someone else,
I mean, they could think it was stone shaped.
or a literal wall, like because there are wall spells.
Right, but like Bellion, you're standing on the other side of it, right?
I put it right in front of the doorway. Yeah.
So you're saying the door opens into a fake wall?
No. Like the door's open, right? Like
Yeah.
they left it open.
Right.
They see it literally rise up out of the ground like a wall of stone. Like the actual spell, wall of stone.
Okay,
I'm
that's
just
why I was
mimicking it.
confused. I thought, like, as an illusion, I assumed it was like glittering into existence, but the description helps. Thank you. So they
No.
both make. What's your DC and what's the
They
save?
have to. There's no save. They have to spend their action to investigate it to make sure it's fake. Or if they're very bold, they can try to ram through it. And it's DC 14 when they use their action to check it.
Well, what happens if they just try to run through it?
If they have any reason to, they just kind of walk through it and they just waste some time. But they also can't target things through it, which is the big idea.
Okay.
Oh, he blocked line of sight on me. Okay.
The concept is they would
Yeah.
realistically have to have a reason to want to run through a wall.
And he's a mage, so he probably knows Wall of Stone exists. So I'm like, it'll probably work, right?
So here's what happens. So first of all, I think you hear from a distance a bunch of other footsteps. I think you hear Aldo giving orders. I don't think you can hear what he's saying. Aldo's giving orders. I think you hear the front door open. And you start hearing footsteps. And then I do think Aldo and the mage both approach the wall, and they have to make an investigation check. And your DC is 14?
Yes.
Oh, wow. It's kind of
Wow,
a
you're
low.
so safe.
Yeah, it's kind of low. I was just expecting higher.
I have a
Okay.
16 charisma. My stats are not that good.
Oh, okay. Whew.
I have
Um,
20 charisma.
Every time I roll, I'm afraid like roll 20 is gonna crash. Is investigation int?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. Okay. So they both and you can't see through it, or you can.
No one can see through it. Well,
Including
I can
you.
see through it. I know it's kind of there, but yeah. I
But-
can't target people through it or anything like that.
But
neither
can you
I,
see them?
so.
Is what I'm saying.
After they've investigated, yes.
Wow.
Because
Okay.
it's just an illusion after that point.
Okay. So Aldo walks up
If they
to it,
succeed.
and he does that like shitty thing where he's like acting like a mime, and he's like putting his hand up against it, and like right when he puts his hand up against it, his hand goes right through it. And I think at that point you see that Aldo like looks, and he kind of begins to push his face up against it, and his face kind of pops through. And there's a brief moment where the two of you make eye contact, and again, like he's got this real big grin on his face. And he kind of turns back and says something to the mage. And by this point, a couple other people, I don't think you can see them through the wall because I still don't understand how this works, but that's okay. Aldo like takes a step through, like completely through the wall, but no one else follows directly behind him. Meanwhile, Alton and Reginald, you're just both like fleeing. Where are you heading?
I assume I would catch up to.
Yeah, you're faster than me.
Yeah.
so
He's
you
got
can probably
tiny
catch
little
up to me
legs, so
without
yeah.
Too much trouble.
So as we're running, I'll say, did you get the family out? Are they safe?
They're invisible, heading to the beach now.
All right.
But I'm out
Invisible,
of
shit.
spells.
And how long does invisibility last?
An hour,
Is it concentration
unless
or
they
no?
make me drop it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, unless they make me drop it.
Okay. So where are you heading? Like, where are you running to?
I guess the long way to the beach, like
Can you
Kind-
put on the map where we started, so I have an idea here?
Yeah.
Because I
mean,
know that the beach is up here.
Well, Valem, I think Valem's Inn is kind of in this area. Does that seem right, John? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems right. So if they're going that way, I'm heading to the outer wall, functionally.
so we'll go this way and then loop back around
Yeah, assuming
along
we
the
lose
wall. If
them.
yeah,
Assuming we lose them.
Okay. So you guys are fleeing. Bellion, you watch Aldo walk through this wall. What are you doing?
I pull my rapier and just finish go, hey, Aldo, want to have a dance? Tell me
Aldo,
your feet would get moving.
Aldo smiles at you. He says, well, I'd love to, man, but I got bigger fish to fry. And he just like turns heel, and he's armed, right? Like he's armed, and he just turns and he begins like walking, because he would have heard you guys talking about the beach. Like you were yelling that when the door was open. So he just starts like walking.
That's true.
He's like 30 feet away, right?
Probably, yeah.
I would like to cast a spell at him.
Okay, well if that's the case, we're
I'm
gonna
gonna
roll.
try
We're gonna roll
and-
some initiative then.
Yeah.
Oh shit. I guess I should pull his token. Let's see. Oh, you guys are gonna see my emails on the stream. That was smart. Do I have my?
Quick,
We won't tell.
get his bank account number.
It's probably all the porn sites he's
That's what I was thinking.
subscribed to.
Yeah, it's mostly just Dell trying to sell me shit every fucking day now.
That sounds about right for Dell.
Okay. Yeah. So Bellion, you definitely go first. And you're casting Tasha's
Yeah, it's a wisdom saving throw. Again, DC 14.
14. Do.
Someone needs something that helps us spell save DC.
It's actually pretty average.
Yeah, so he looks at you and he like puts his hand to his chest, like starts to laugh, and then looks at you and winks and just keeps walking. And actually I think at this point, like I'm gonna give you a little bit of a benefit here. Going to give you a little advantage. Have you fictionally positioned yourself such that he would have to pass you if he's heading toward the beach?
I mean, the other guys went the other way, right? So yeah, I'm there.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
in theory, like he could like, you know, circumvent you. He could like try to move around. But I think he turns back, and at about this point, like you start to see that other people are starting to move through the wall, like some of his other people. But Aldo kind of looks back at them. He says, "All right, boys, looks like we're going to the beach." And I think at that point, Bellion, he's just, because he's only within 30. You said 30 feet. You asked. So he's going to run up and he's going to pull the sword on you. And yeah, he's just going to start swinging. Like, and he looks pretty excited at this point. Like, I want it to be very clear. Like, he's smiling the whole time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's your
I got
AC?
you. 19.
Do you have your shield out?
Actually, I probably wouldn't have my shield out yet. No, so 17.
Okay, so first one definitely hits. I'm just gonna roll all three at once. Oh my god. He rolled a 24, and a 14. So the first two hit. Oh, jeez. I should have left the public rolls on because this is already annoying me. 6 slashing damage. 11, so 17 slashing damage. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. So you take 17 slashing damage. Oh,
So happy you rolled well.
no, it's not that. I'm fucking up, but that's okay. Because he's two-handing it right now.
Oh my!
You guys are so
Oh, you
bad.
made Mel snort coffee.
You're so bad.
Wording, man, wording.
So yeah, you take 17 slashing damage, and I think
I just choked. Oh god.
me two-handing it made you choke. I guess.
Well, if you gotta use two hands, I'd imagine so.
Yeah. So there you go. So yeah, that'll be his turn, I think. And yeah, you're seeing as he's slashing at you, Bellion, that other people are starting to move through this wall. Alden and Reginald, are you guys just fleeing? Like, is that your plan?
I'm gonna check to see if they're following me, which was the hopeful plan. And when I see that they're not, I'm gonna go,
give me a perception check. I'm gonna say with disadvantage because you're running.
Oh hell yes!
Yeah. So,
I don't know nothing.
Yeah, you don't know if anybody's following you or not. Reginald, with your running, are you doing anything with Alton?
I'm gonna say, why are we heading to the wall?
Because I told the family to go to the beach. I want them to follow us.
Okay, can I look back and see if they're following us?
Yeah, you can give me a perception check with disadvantage as well. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, you don't see if anybody's following you or not. You guys are just fleeing in the direction of the wall. Bellion, still fighting Aldo?
Yeah, I'm. Let's do this. I'm going to start like. Oh, actually, I'm gonna pull the shield out finally and start swinging at him.
Okay.
Swinging him twice with the rapier.
Okay. Okay. Hits and hits.
Oh my!
727 damage.
That's-
23.
What?
And as my bonus action, I'm going to heal myself.
Oh, 23. You're right. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay.
With a level 3 healing word. There it goes.
Okay.
I go. Take you all on. Bring it all at once.
Okay. Yeah, and he's just smiling at you, and he's kind of like looking back behind him to see what's going on. And I think about this time, like, the person you saw earlier that you were casting spells on, or the one that Alden was messing with, he walks through the wall, and I think, oh my god. Gwen, is that yours? The bird.
What?
Yes. Okay. Sorry, I'm just hearing this bird in the
That's
background.
outside. I can't
That's
control
fine,
that.
that's
It's
fine.
outside.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the wild
It's
ones.
not squeaking or squawking and screaming this time, at least though.
My God, I literally rolled a 6 and 2 5s. Dear God. So the mage comes out of the wall and he's looking, and Alton kind of looks over his shoulder and smiles back at the mage. And Alton looks back at
Although,
Aldo. Yeah, thank you. And Aldo turns back to you, Belly, and he says, "You sure you want to do this, man?" He said, "I could make you an offer."
An offer, do you say?
Yeah. Do you that's all you say to him?
Is he attacking me again?
Well, I mean,
He's still swinging at me the entire time.
I mean, he swung at you, you swung at him, and then there's like a little lull as the mage comes out. So you have a moment if you want to say anything.
I don't think we have much choice, friend. So it has to be like this. Let's
Yeah.
get on the wrong side.
He just winks at you, said, "All right, man, if that's how it's going to be." And he kind of like looks back over his shoulder, and his mage turns and raises a finger at you. And he is just going to cast, I think he's just going to cast Magic Missile at you at 3rd level. So I think he does 8 total damage because I rolled a 2 and a 1. Wow, yeah. So you take 8 damage from his Magic Missile. And then another one kind of steps up beside him, looking back. And this one's wearing like all leathers, black cloak. And Aldo turns back to you again. He's like, "We can keep going, man."
That's what we have to do.
He said, "All right." And the other one looses a crossbow at you. He's probably going to miss. What's your AC? 19. Yeah, he misses.
19 now, yeah.
Yeah. And Aldo's like, "This is all just target practice, buddy." And now Aldo
Big target.
pulls his sword on you again. Da, da, da.
Is he still double-handing it? Up and down the entire length?
Oh my God! Stop it. And he is actually. Oh, he crit.
All right. Okay.
First is a crit. Second is a miss. Third is also a miss. Wow, I rolled 2 12s in a row. So someone quick, tell me what is it for longsword when you're two-handing it?
D10. So the crit would be 2d10.
Okay. Plus his
I love versatile
plus
weapons.
his
I'm
strength.
with you.
Does his strength get doubled as well?
No,
No.
not in 5th edition.
So you take 8
Just the rolls.
because I literally rolled a 7 and a 1.
What's his strength? 7 and 1 would.
Oh right, and
and we still need plus strength.
plus 8 because his strength doesn't get doubled, but it still gets attached. So yeah, so you take 16 total damage from that one hit.
Get the strength and plus 8. Okay.
He does.
Gee.
Fuck this,
Oh.
I'm out. Later, bitches, I'm leaving.
Okay. All right, so it's your turn.
All right, I am going to. We're right about here, right? All right, I'm going to use my last level 4 slot to Dimension Door.
Okay.
And I am going the opposite way of where Alton and Reginald went. At least, like, how far would it? Like, I know the road goes down to that big straightway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And about how far is that from where we are? Would you take a guess?
I mean, a couple 100 feet, and I think Dimension Door is 500. So you could probably easily
It is.
get on the far side of that road if that's what you're aiming for.
I am actually going to go for the big road, and then I'm going to start running because I don't really know the area that well. I'm going by a big landmark. I have to kind of know where I'm going, or I could fail.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So
going for
you
the
you
big-
head for it. You just disappear into the darkness, and they're left just kind of hanging loose. Um, and okay, so now Bellion's free and clear of that. Reginald and Alton, you guys are fleeing. Um,
Yep.
and I think about this time you're probably reaching the wall. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry.
All right. Well, I will.
Gwen, I swear to God, if you don't get a BB gun and shoot that thing, like
pellet gun. More likely to kill it.
whatever.
Hang on, I'll shut the windows. Maybe that'll stop it.
Get a 2x4 with a hammer and a nail. I don't care. Just we don't
This
need
from the man who didn't want to kill a mouse?
mice.
Exactly.
Mice are cute. Okay, they're cute.
Birds are the worst.
Yes, birds are annoying.
Interesting.
All right, I close the window, but if I die of the heat, it's your responsibility, Sean.
Okay, all right. Well, it is what it is.
I'll just have to come give you mouth to mouth.
I would not mind that.
Okay, I'm trying to put tokens on the map.
Whoa.
There they are. That is not what I wanted.
Sean ignores it all.
Nope, Sean's trying to be nice. Okay. And at this point, I think that Bellion, Alton and Reginald, I have to split you guys up again. That'll help me. As you guys are fleeing to the wall, Eater?
That's the picture that you used for him.
Oh, I don't know what that is, but that's okay.
Video game. It's a good one.
Yeah, I think Alton and Reginald, as you guys are fleeing, I think you hear a crossbow quarrel like slam into a wall nearby, and I think you hear a man's voice just say, "Oi, I think you're surrounded there, mate." And you kind of turn, and there are at least 3 people. Alton, one of them looks not unlike the mage you were contending with earlier.
My, you're quick.
He says, "Yeah, mate, hunting people down is what I do. Now, if you don't mind," he said, "you want to come with us?"
Not especially.
Particularly, I don't know. It would defeat the entire purpose of running like hell.
He said, "Well, all right, but," he said, "just causing more trouble for us." And
That's sort of the point.
whoops.
You did kidnap people, so pardon me if I don't feel bad about that. I mean, I'm not a good person, but even I have a few standards.
And I think at this point the guy talking is just like, "All right, enough." And I think that'll be initiative for you guys as well. At least this is 2-on-3, not 1-on-3.
I think I rolled initiative, but I'm not sure.
Meanwhile, off in the distance, Elizabeth is snoring and drooling all over Valem.
Hey, no.
Still's drawing graffiti on walls.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I think
Actually, she's on her way to there. So
on your way to where?
Still's on her way to the tavern.
Okay.
Since we weren't at the.
Yeah.
Okay.
She has no idea where Beth and
Concur.
Valem went. So
It's
Okay.
concurrent, right? So probably you're coming now, I'm guessing.
Okay. So the first one, Alton, is going to shoot a crossbow at you. What's your AC? No, it misses. Never
My
mind.
AC.
It misses. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
He rolled a 1.
My AC is break the crossbow.
And then the one who is doing most of the talking is going to actually shoot a hand crossbow at you. And what is your AC?
16.
So, I think that one like barely misses you. Like it just like slides right on by. You feel like the force of it, but it does not hit you. And then because apparently now against you guys I roll well. So,
Wait, what's this guy's dex mod? Is it higher than 3?
sorry, the one who last one he shot.
The guy who has 18, the same as me, the initiative.
Oh, you're right.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, call me
No,
out.
it just
No,
it
so
auto
you-
sorted that way.
Yeah, you're right. So you go before he does.
All right, cool.
Now he's
So,
gonna hit me.
I'll pull out my sword and shield.
Okay.
And how far is the? Is this about where they are in distance to
Yeah,
us?
I'm thinking
or
you guys. I'm not really
within.
You're probably within about 30,
Okay,
30 feet.
Okay, so I'm gonna just rush up to the. Are any of them within like 5 feet of each other, where I could make attack on one and then an attack on another?
I think that this one's kind of further back, but these two are probably within 5 feet that you could, like they kind of stepped forward to shoot
Alright.
at you.
Perfect. So I'll run up to them, and you said one of them has a light crossbow, one has a hand crossbow.
Correct.
Okay, so I will attack the one with the light crossbow first.
Okay. Okay. That definitely hits.
And I will use a superiority die to do disarming strike.
Okay, so he takes another 3 damage, and then what does he have to?
On a failed save, he has to make a DC 15 strength save.
Okay.
Otherwise, he drops his crossbow.
Okay, so he drops his crossbow.
Excellent. And then I'll turn and attack the other one.
Okay. Definitely hits.
And I'll spend another superiority strike or die to disarming strike that guy.
So takes another additional damage and DC 15. He also drops his crossbow.
Uh,
I think that's probably all you
And
can do unless you
then-
have a bonus action, but
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do this turn. I guess I'll just say, are you sure you want to do this? And look at because you're next, and I'll be looking at the mage.
yeah. And the first one you hit doesn't really appear to be overly damaged from what you did. The second one took some damage. Like he's not as sturdy as the first one, but they both did in fact drop their crossbows. And the one in the back just looks at you, and he kind of almost like rolls his eyes right in your direction. And he is going to cast a spell. Kind of like right behind you, right between, like further away from his people. So Alton, it's almost closer, like it's back that way generally. But like Reginald, you do get kind of wrapped up. So Reginald, I need you to make a DC 14 deck save. Okay. So you take 15 bludgeoning damage and 16 cold damage as... Oh, do you re-rolled?
Yeah, well, I use. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm going to use luck to
Okay, please,
reroll. I had my
tell me
mic
that
muted.
before
Sorry.
you... Okay.
I did. I was just muted, so.
Okay.
I thought I said
So
it.
you take 7 bludgeoning damage and 8 cold damage as an ice storm just begins to pound you and on the ground. I think, Reginald, you don't get caught up, but it's like right in front of you. Or Alton, I'm sorry. I think I said.
Okay.
I think
Okay, so between me and Alton is an ice storm.
Yeah, and it hit the back of you, Reginald, but it does not hit Alton. Yeah, and the mage is kind of like smiling a bit now. Alton, it's your turn.
I'm going to look at the one who is more injured than the other
Mm-hmm.
and blast.
Okay, definitely hits.
Yeah, I gotta see how many shots I actually have. Sorry,
2.
I forget. Is it 2 at this level?
Yes, 2.
Okay, roll
If
again.
he's still standing, they both go at him. So
So yeah,
Only
the first one hits him
Okay.
and slams into him. He does appear to be very badly broken, but he is not dead. And the second one, unfortunately, does not hit him. Do you have anything else your turn you want to do?
nope.
Okay. Reginald, since you walked up right next to these two guys, the first guy is going to attack you with his short sword. He's going to attack twice. What's your AC?
18.
Okay, first one hits. Second one also hits. So you take 6 piercing from the first, 7 piercing from the second, and you're also going to take sneak attack on both of those. So between the first sneak attack...
One of them.
Oh,
only
on
one sneak attack.
You're right. So you take 17 damage from the first sneak attack.
Shit. All right.
So that's him. Seeing that you're probably starting to bleed now, the second one is also going to use his short sword on you. He crits the first hit and misses the second. So the first one you take, for the crit, you take 6 piercing damage, but he also gets a sneak attack. And technically that's also a crit. So his dice get doubled. So you take an additional 11 from his sneak attack.
Okay, I'm unconscious.
Okay.
Oh, bollocks.
Make a death save.
Well, shit.
Okay. Oh my god.
He's at 1 HP and he's just prone now.
And Reginald is proving to be
A
the
badass.
Stay down.
I'm too old to die.
You didn't even get a turn, man. It's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because wait, is
I don't think you get a turn.
death saves at the end of my turn.
Yeah.
Is that technically?
Damn. Reginald, the badass.
Okay.
Pretend you're dead, Reggie. Pretend you're dead.
Okay, so now the mage assumes that Reginald is down because he just sees you fall to the ground. He doesn't yet see you.
No, it's when you start your turn with 0 hit points.
Is it?
Yeah, I just looked it up in SRD.
Okay, so
He
you're
has a turn.
so Reginald, you're prone, but you do get an action.
All right. Well, I'm gonna use second wind.
Okay.
Okay. Up to 8. Then. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna say, "Fuck you guys," and do a long sword attack at the one that Alton hit with his Eldritch Blast.
Sure. Definitely hits. What does it look like when you kill that guy?
I just want to like stab him right in the chest. Like as I'm standing up, like I just kind of like lunge forward with my sword straight through his chest, and
Okay.
then pull it out and turn to attack the other guy, swinging it across at him.
Okay. Roll.
Kick his ass.
Nice.
Oh,
Natural 20.
yes. Good job, Reggie.
So he takes 13. Do you want to use anything on that?
Is he still?
Oh, he's,
Well, yeah. Actually, I'll use. He's still holding a short sword, so I'll use another superiority die to do another disarming.
okay.
So an extra 12 damage. Because the
Oh,
superiority die
right.
doubles with the crit.
Okay, cool. So he takes 12 damage and he makes a DC 15 strength save, which he saves. So you try to hit him like right in the wrist, and he just barely pulls away and avoids as you're trying to knock the sword out of his hand. Do you have anything else you want to do? A move?
He's still up.
He is. He's all right.
Okay. I'm gonna use action surge and attack him again.
Okay.
I'm gonna use luck to re-roll that.
Okay. Definitely hits. Any superiority die? Hello?
Yeah, I'll disarm him again.
Okay.
Just
Sorry.
burn through all this shit.
Sounded like Discord burped. Okay, so he makes another strength save, which that one he fails. So his short sword clatters to the ground. And that's your turn?
Is he still? I still have one attack left. Is he still alive?
Oh, he's still alive, yeah.
All right. Fuck it. One more.
That does hit. He's still up. He's looking pretty badly bruised and battered at this point, but he's
All right.
still up.
So
Do you have anything else?
no, I'm gonna end it there.
Okay.
I got Well, actually, no. I got 15 feet of movement, so I'm gonna sidestep this way.
Okay, well-
So I don't, because I know the ice storm is behind me, so I'm not gonna. I'm gonna try and go a little bit forward around the dead guy, so I'm not engaged with him anymore.
Okay, but if you back up that
since he
way,
can't attack me.
you're gonna take an attack.
Well, he can punch me, but he doesn't have a short sword anymore.
That's true. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Let me just double check to make sure he has no weapon.
So if he wants to punch me, he can try, but I don't think he can draw a weapon before.
Yeah, he can't. You're right, but I
as
think
part of the attack of.
Yeah, I think he'll try to kick you.
Okay.
Does someone want to remind me what it is? Because I know punching's weird. It's like just your.
It's strength and proficiency. That's all they get.
So strength. I don't care. It misses. It definitely misses. So like right as you back off, he tries to swing at your leg to try to trip you up. But you just move a little faster than he's able to move. And thereby you avoid his blow. It is now the
Pretty
mage's.
spry for a dead guy.
Oh, boo.
That's like you fucking.
So
I'll
yeah.
just be swearing with every one of those attacks too.
Okay.
Like, oh goddamn young fucking thieves.
Okay.
Get off my
Yeah.
damn lawn!
Okay. Yeah. So I definitely think at this point, because it's now the mage's turn. So the mage is. I mean, because now Reginald, he wasn't going to attack you, but now he knows like, oh, he's a problem. So he is going to cast. Oh God, I hate that spell. He's actually just gonna he doesn't even think you're a problem, so he's gonna cast Firebolt at you. I don't think he hits your AC though. He doesn't. So a firebolt comes streaking across. It starts to melt the ice storm on the ground, but it just like slams up against the wall and has no effect. And I don't think he basically doesn't get a bonus action.
Maybe he was actually like, because I was moving, he was firing at the same time, but I stopped short because I had half movement.
Sure, yeah. Well, it could even be a thing where
He's
like,
like-
you literally like slip on the ice and he just like fires and you're like trying to catch your balance and the firebolt just like flings past you. Okay, so he misses. Alton, it's your turn.
The poor disarmed fighter.
Mm-hmm. Definitely hits. First one hits, second one does not. So he takes 6 force damage.
All right, and I'm going to start advancing on the caster who is. There's no ice storm between me and him, correct?
Well, it's generally just kind of in the middle here. So yeah, if you try to walk up to
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to start walking up to him, and I'm going to pull out my hand axe as I go, and a
Okay.
dagger in the other hand.
Nice. Okay.
Yarr.
Yeah, so now it's this assassin's turn, and he. Oh, I should have removed that. He's dead. I think he's just going to use his action to. He's going to his whole turn. He's just going to reach down. He's going to pick up his short sword, and he's going to basically start running down the length of the alley away from you guys. Like he's at the point where it's time to go. So he's going to run. And I think as he does so, the wizard kind of like barks at him. He's like, "Where are you going?" And the assassin is just like fleeing. So he's running away. Reginald. And like the assassin's going to use his whole turn, his move and his bonus action to dash.
Oh, okay, so he's like 60 feet.
Yeah.
Or about yeah, whatever. All right, so I'll turn and just kind of slowly limp towards the
Okay.
mage
Sure.
and be like, "You shouldn't have done this," and longsword attack him.
Definitely hits.
And the second one,
Definitely hits. So 21 damage.
and
total.
on that one, I will do a menacing attack.
Okay, so he takes an additional 7, and he rolls a DC 15 Wisdom save. He actually crits his saving throw.
Damn. All right.
So that's your whole move.
Wait. I could burn my last luck to make him re-roll his saving throw.
Save it.
Yeah, I probably need it for my own saving throw.
It's up to you. Are you going to use it or not?
I'll use it. Burn it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he re-rolls his wisdom.
Re-roll
save.
that
Crazy old
save.
man.
He rolled a 19.
Damn. All right.
Okay. Yeah. So do you have anything else, bonus or anything else you need to use?
No, that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So at this point, the mage is pissed off and seeing his buddy run off. He is going to cast another. I wonder. Oh, let me see what the distance is here. Oh shit! Sorry guys, give me one moment.
I think if he's casting a ranged spell, it's at disadvantage if it's a attack spell, because I'm
Yep.
within 5 feet.
Yeah.
It's not ranged. I don't think. Let me double check.
Okay.
It's only for attacks. Like if he
Yeah.
doesn't attack.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's a saving spell or a
It's not. It's
touch spell, it's fine.
Yeah. He actually is going to like move about this way. So you don't get an attack of opportunity because he's not fleeing from you.
Okay.
And yeah, Alden, I think it's safe to say that you're within 60 feet.
Most likely.
Okay. So I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws.
13.
So you
I
both
wish you had that luck
you
right
both
now.
fail. DC was 14. You both take 37 cold damage.
All right, I'm unconscious again.
Um,
I think I'm unconscious.
and
Nope.
the mage just kind of sneers, turns, and begins to walk in the same direction as his assassin friend. Like he's not fleeing at all. Like he's just like, haha, you know. And so Reginald, you're down. Alden, it's your turn.
Don't you dare turn your back on me, you bastard.
Yeah.
And I will drop the knife and Eldritch blast him in the back.
Okay.
I'm re-rolling that thanks to Halfling Luck.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
And there's the second attack.
Okay. So yeah, he basically like you say that to him, and he literally flips you off as he's walking away, and then like at the last second, he realizes that you're casting a spell. He assumed it was over, and your Eldritch Blast slams him in the back, and it basically blows him up against a wall, and he just slams into it and crumples to the ground dead.
Bitch. And now I'm going to tend to Reggie.
Okay.
What was that? Both that killed him, or just the first
It
one?
was actually just the first one.
Second one could hit.
The
If
assassin.
he's
guy that
following
was-
the assassin, then I'll hit him. Yeah.
No, the assassin's.
I've got 120 feet.
I know, but at this point, he's gone. Like he has fled. I think he's around a corner by now.
All right, that's fair.
So yeah, Reginald is dying. I guess I shouldn't have closed that, but I assume you're gonna try to.
Yeah, I'm going to make a medicine check and try and stabilize him.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, it would be my turn first. I
Yeah,
think.
sure. Let's see if you
I'll make the
auto-stabilize
first
again.
death save. Okay, so I'm on the road to recovery.
What do I have to roll to stabilize him?
It's
A
actually
10?
a 10.
15, I believe.
I think it's.
Yeah, so on the second round, I stabilize him.
He doesn't have a kit, so I think it's higher, isn't it?
So yeah, the 6 failed. I rolled a second death save for a 3. I'm at 1 and 1.
Well, hold on. Let's.
If
let's
the
take a
11
look.
succeeded, then I'm up.
That's not what I.
If not, I'll roll another.
It is just a 10 for this edition. I went and looked it up.
Yeah, medicine is just a 10. If you have a healer's kit, it's an automatic stabilization.
Okay. So yeah, you would have saved the first time. Alton, you failed your first roll, and then Reginald fails his second, but Alton, you rolled an 11 on your second roll. So you stabilized Reginald. Reginald, roll me a d4. Okay, so it'll take 2 hours for you to regain 1 hit point. So you're stable, you will live, but you are basically unconscious in a dirty alleyway in Waterdeep.
Joy.
So
I just got mugged.
I think
I'm laying right next to two dead bodies too.
yeah, and I think we have that scene where like Alden, you see that like the blood is starting to pool toward Reginald, and he's basically going to be floating in a pile of blood here in a minute. So maybe you try to start pushing him, but he's too heavy for you. So it like takes you
I'd like to at least try make a strength check.
yeah, you can, yeah. And it takes you
Yep.
it takes you like 20 minutes of pushing and pulling and prodding and trying to get him across, and you move him about 6 inches.
He's not going to drown in his own blood. That's what counts.
Yeah. Okay, so at this point, who the hell is writing on? I just saw that.
Let's be real. We know who it is.
You guys are nerds. So at this point,
Says the leader of our D&D game.
Valem, shut up. Valem, I'll quit right now.
I'm not.
I will turn this car around.
But Dad.
Sorry, Daddy.
Valem, oh, gross. Valem and Elizabeth, you guys, I assume, unless there's something you want to do specifically, you're basically like resting the whole night in the stable.
The only point I would make to Valem is that he gets a full rest, and I will watch until he gets up for Lathander prayers or whatever, just because it's his family. He needs his strength. So if there is any worry about watch, keeping an eye out, Beth will stay up all night and take the level of exhaustion if necessary.
Okay. Yeah, and if that's the
Well,
case,
the only issue
go ahead.
prior to sleeping is obviously wanting to talk to my sister,
Okay. Yeah,
just
I
to
think
kind of get a feel, because she didn't feel very comfortable. It seemed like me showing up. So
yeah, I
don't
mean
know.
she's still really spooked. She's calming down. She will not leave Casper's side. He does appear to you, Valem, to be recovering. It's taking a while. Like you have, it appears that you've cleansed him of his poison, but it's still taking its sweet old time clearing it from his system. He's, as you're watching him, as time passes on, like at first when you first saw him, his breathing was labored. It looked like he was physically, like his body was in like a rictus of pain, like his whole body was stiff. He's calming down. You notice like the discoloration in his skin seems to be kind of fading away. His breathing is starting to ease up. But your sister definitely is not really willing to step away from him.
Yeah, I'm not like trying to get her away from him at all. It's more along the lines of making sure she's okay. Because again, when I kind of came down and we met, and I hugged her, and you said that she didn't hug me back, so just kind of want to gauge what she's thinking, like why she had pushed away from me, more or less.
Do you ask her, or are you just trying to like gauge like where?
Yeah. Well, yes. I'm gonna have a conversation with her, and I wouldn't start it out like that. Just more like, are you okay?
Yeah, and I think there's definitely some like reluctance, and she doesn't make eye contact because she's focused very solely on Casper, and she says to you, "I'm fine." Just very curt. Do you say anything?
I need you to be. Yeah, I'm trying to pretty much thinking. My other companions have gone to the inn to look after the rest of the family. We were told where you were located, and that's why we came to get you. I don't want you to be concerned or worried. You need to get your rest. But
she says, I've rested enough. If you need rest, please, by all means. And she kind of like just gestures haphazardly toward like a pile of hay.
is there something you're not telling me? I know you've been through a lot. You seem awful distant right now.
Yeah, she just says, "Yes, brother, I've been through a lot." And like she's just sort of like tending to Casper.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give her space then.
All right, so Selenda, cutting to you. First of all, how are you spray painting anything?
With, I don't know, magic. Fuck that.
You
I'm
can, you
I'm
can
a
make symbols
sorceress.
appear on walls with prestidigitation.
They don't last for that long though.
Exactly.
Lasts
Yeah.
for an hour.
Okay.
Lasts
So,
for long enough for her to enjoy her own graffiti.
True.
yeah, and I'm sure it's pornographic.
I also have
in
minor
nature.
illusion. I can use that. No, it's literally what I just drew on.
Oh,
the map.
oh, okay. That's actually the graffiti. Okay. Sil was here, and yeah,
It
and
was
so,
a joke.
um,
And poop.
okay. So where are you heading?
I was heading back to the tavern.
Okay.
Sil is changing her alter self because alter self she can change it as an action on her turn. So she's gonna change it again from Keladark Hope to the Tiefling, Sorcerer, Wizard, Warlock, whatever the fuck he was. And she's heading to the tavern.
Okay. Yeah. So you arrive at the tavern. It's basically completely dark. You do see that which direction do you head from, front or back?
Whichever, probably the front door. I mean, I don't know why he would go to the back door.
Okay. So,
Does he have I don't know, what would the reason be go to the back door?
Because
I mean, some people just like think it's like it's better. It's whatever. So yeah, you head for the front.
I mean, yeah, but
So you head for the front door, and the I think the front door is closed. It is not locked. It does not appear to be.
okay.
God, John, you always get these little quips that just get me. So yeah, the door is unlocked, but it is closed. There's no lights on inside the inn that you can see.
Well, I mean, she's dressed like the warlock dude, so like he wouldn't care, so he'd just walk in. I'm guessing, at least that's what she thinks.
Okay.
Why the fuck would he
Cool. Okay.
walk
So
in?
yeah, you walk in. There's no lights. You do have dark vision, of course. And I think you kind of walk in, and it's completely pitch black. And I think there's like a pause, maybe for like 30 seconds. And you kind of hear a voice come out of like the back room of the inn. And you kind of turn to look, and you see like a human face. It looks like a human man. And he, I think he is badly wounded. He appears to be badly wounded. And he's got like blood that's starting to like cake on the side of his forehead, and his hair is like matted down. And he kind of steps out a little bit, and like you see him like fidgeting with something, and he pulls out what looks like a candle, and he lights it, and you see his face, and you get him in a much clearer view. And he looks at you, kind of a little aghast, and he like puts the candle down on the table right there by him, and he looks at you, and he kind of stiffens up. Sir, we weren't expecting you.
Okay.
What?
She's gonna use minor illusion to make her voice. To make like his voice,
Okay.
and she's gonna mouth the words.
Okay.
What is going on?
Yeah, and he, like, you notice he is visibly incredibly stiff. Like, he is almost terrified. And he says, like, and he looks confused. Well, sir, there's been some problems here. I'm sorry, sir. We weren't expecting you. Would you like a seat? I can fix you something to eat.
No. She's still using minor illusion to make her voice sound like him. She's
Yeah,
like,
I'm
no,
assuming
I
that,
want to know what's going on.
Yeah, and yeah. So he says, there's been some trouble. Aldo is investigating. As you can see, I was wounded trying to hunt down some of the perpetrators. We'll have them, sir. And he like has this huge swallow.
Where is Aldo?
I don't know, sir. I went in the opposite direction. I believe there were these intruders, and I'm not entirely sure what happened. It was all a panic. We were trying to find them.
Which way did he go?
I believe, and like you see him like visibly trying to find his direction. He's like, I think west. I ran east, so Like you can see him still trying to do the mental math. He's like, if you just wait here, I'd be more than happy to fix you a bed and some food. He'll be back, I'm sure.
No. We're pulling out. Pack up and get ready to leave.
And like, yeah, and he's like,
I said pack up and get ready to leave.
so I'm gonna need you to make a couple checks here, I think.
Okay.
Give me first of all, I'd say a performance check. Or well, hang on, before you
Okay.
make that roll.
Oh.
Okay, we can use that because I told you it's not fair for me to be like no. Yeah, so he
I mean, I still would have rolled fucking good on that.
so yeah, he says so you successfully made that roll. So now I need you to make a persuasion roll, I think, with it, or an intimidation roll. It's your choice with advantage.
Persuasion, I'm better at. All right. I have a +8 to persuasion.
Okay. Yeah. So like after you're like after a couple minutes, like you see that he's like he seems to be like more confused, and he's like, "But sir, we've got much business in the city. We can't just." And then you're like screaming at him. He's like telling him to pack up. He's like, yes, sir, right away, of course. And like he starts to like limp through the inn, and you can see him like he's like, it'll just be a moment, just please. And like he's like limping up the stairs. And a couple of minutes passes, and he comes down with like a large canvas kind of sack. He says, I can't grab it all, sir. It's just me. I apologize. I said, where are we going?
Hmm. You remember the place I was before. Go there. Wait for me.
And he says he's like confused when you say it that way. But sir, I thought you were leaving Baldur's Gate. We're going back?
No.
And like his head kind of pulls back in confusion. He says, sir, where should I go?
Where should I send this poor fucker?
Kill him. This guy killed me. Kill him.
Yeah, kill him.
You know what? On second thought, I'm sorry about this. And she firebolts him.
Okay. Definitely hits. Roll damage. Okay. Yeah, so you basically char him completely. He becomes a complete husk as he just crumples to the ground. The canvas sack kind of rolls away, and it just appears like some of it tumbles out, and it just appears to be like clothes.
Yeah.
So you're left alone, and as this dude screams as his body immolates as he collapses toward the ground.
All right. She's going to go through the kitchen and out the back door and see if she can find the right way to go. He pointed out the right way, right?
Well, he said west.
Yeah. So she's going to go west.
Okay. Okay. Bellion, what are you doing? Like, where you just ran off?
I am going directly back to the beach because there's people going there that need to be protected from the other people going there. And I'm going to essentially try to beat them there. I'm going to run flat out.
Okay. Yeah, so, all right, so you're heading toward the beach. Trying to think. Selenda, you're generally heading west, but he's got a head start on you, obviously. I think where the scene reopens is basically at the beach. And I think at about the time that the Miras family is arriving at the beach, there's still no hint of sunlight. The moon is high in the sky. It's reflecting off the waves onto the beach. Not a soul in sight. And I think we have that scene where we just see Isabel, Caitlin, and John, correct me because I didn't write it down. I think it's Vistoria. No, you're with Vistoria, so it's Misha.
Misha.
It's Misha.
Yeah, Misha's on the beach.
So I think we see the three of them suddenly like huddled together on the beach as they just like pop back into existence. And the three of them, and it's kind of cold, like it's late at night. They're on the beach, the wind is blowing, and they're just standing there. And we see like Misha's hair blowing, and they're like literally hugging each other on the beach. And we sort of see them begin to look around, and they're there's obviously some panic starting to set in because there's no one on the beach. They don't know where they're supposed to go. And I think Bellion, you arrive to see. You arrive maybe several minutes later, and you just see them sort of like they're not separating at all. They're sort of like pacing up and down the beach, and they're looking around. And I think you see this.
I see them just this being something they're supposed to see, or this being just them.
Just
walking
them,
away?
yeah.
Okay. Essentially going to immediately run up to them and go, we have to go. And I do put my, I put my sword and stuff away. Like, I'm not like running at them with like crazy man with a sword. We're like,
Yeah.
we have to go. We have to go right now. They're coming for you right now. We have to go.
And like Kaylin is looking at you. He's like, I don't. Who are you? Where is my son? What is going on? Like, I need answers. Where is our daughter?
You will have your answers. We have to go, or you're all going to die. You do not have a choice in this matter. We're going to go right now. You are not prisoner. We're going to get out of the city. We're going to run along the beach, get out of the city, and hide.
He says, yeah, and like Isabel says, where can we possibly go?
It doesn't matter. We have to be not here. They are coming right here. Soon.
Okay. Give me let's say a persuasion check.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately I don't think a 9 does it. Kaylin just looks at you. He says, "Look, what is your name? How do you know my son? I need answers. I can't trust you. That little half man. He just. Are you friends with him? Why were you playing in my bar? Like." And he's just like rattling on these series of questions as he's trying to, gain some grip on the scene.
I don't really answer them. I go, your name is Kaylin. That is Isabel. That is Misha. And we're leaving now.
And like, I think if anything,
Like,
they
they
take a
don't
step
really have a
back. They're like, you think that that's going to make me trust you? You know my family? That makes it worse, not better. Where is my son?
He's in the city. Don't worry. You'll see him soon enough.
And I think when you say that, Kaylin says, take me to him now.
I don't know what he is. We separated. I don't know what they're doing. But you know those men at the bar? The people that and I kind of like show them the fact that I am, there's a big fucking sword crit in my side.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to finish this off and then they're going to kill you. You don't really have a lot of leeway here. If you don't want to die, we must go.
And then I think at that point we hear a voice kind of coming from the edge of the beach that carries itself across the wind. And you just hear, listen, man, they're in no danger of dying. You, on the other hand. And the camera kind of cuts over and we see Aldo there with a couple of his like hirelings, his hench people, kind of behind him. And they've all got weapons drawn. And Aldo looks to you and he says, you want to talk now?
I just look at the family and go, run. And I pull my sword and shield out.
Okay. Yeah, so they begin to back away from you. Yeah, Aldo has 2 people with him. I think the same 2 as with before. That's okay, let me clear that. Okay, you can roll whenever you're.
All right.
Woo!
Okay.
Like to mention, I got nothing left, so this is fucked.
Because he had a mage with him. Ugh. Fuck roll 20 today.
Yeah, fuck roll 20 today. It's being an asshole.
All right, you're definitely still first. I can't roll for shit against you, it turns out. I mean, and at this point, he's probably about 60 feet away from you.
60 feet?
Yeah.
Or did the family turn to run, by the way? That's the question.
They've taken like probably like 5 or 10 steps back, but they haven't begun to flee yet.
Okay, I am going to start walking towards them, and I'm going to cast a spell, which has no save, by the way. I'm just going to silence right on all 3 of them.
You're gonna cast silence.
Yes, I'm going to cast silence on all of them, like with the mage and all that stuff.
Okay.
You know, buy myself a little time,
Sure.
and just pretty much yell behind me, "Run now!"
Okay. Yeah, and I think that they like Isabel. I think actually, you know what? I think it's Misha that's pulling them away. Like Misha begins pulling her parents away, and she starts like trying to get them to run down the beach, and she's getting them to run south, not north. But
And
yeah, they're starting to
they're,
run south.
they're running now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to, strange enough, inspire Kalen. Go, Kalen, save your family. And that's it.
Okay. So yeah, now it's the assassin's turn, and he is going to. He's going to shoot a crossbow at you, which hits you for 7 piercing damage. No sneak attack or anything, though. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I think Aldo basically just walks out of. Could we see the silence bubble? Is it like a thing we can actually physically see?
No, it's invisible, but it's 20-foot radius around them. So
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, so I think-
if they walk far enough, they'll know.
They can just go, bop, bop, like make a noise
Yeah.
and keep walking until it starts. They start hearing it.
Well,
Right.
if they walk and all of a sudden they can hear the ocean again, they'll know they're out.
Right, yeah. So he starts like walking kind of cattywampus in the direction of where they're running to. And Aldo kind of exits the bubble. And as he's exiting, he just yells out, "Kalen, come on, man. You're only making this worse. Help me help you." He said, "You know, I haven't hurt any of you or your family. I'm trying to do business, man. Look at this guy. You cannot trust him at all." And Kalen just takes his whole move action to like move in their direction. And the whole time he's just talking to them. Hasn't drawn his weapons. He's basically got his hands on hips. He's like, "Come on, Kalen." He said, "You got to learn to trust me, brother." And he's like walking in that direction. What's the con save for?
Concentration, I totally forgot about it.
Oh, okay.
It's still there.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, Aldo takes his whole turn just walking, and I think like Kalen starts to trip on the beach as he's turning back and looking at Aldo. Now it's the mage's turn. The mage obviously can't do anything until he walks out of the bubble. Yeah, and I think I know what the mage is going to do actually for a change. It's going to cast a spell at you, Bellion. And you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
I believe the DC is
okay.
14. Okay, yeah, DC is 14. So he casts suggestion. And the suggestion is simply leave this place, go north, go home. And I think at this point we see Bellion, like there's like a spark across your brain, and you just sort of like look at the beach, and you like look south at Kalen and Misha and Isabel, and you sort of like look north, and it reminds you of home, and you just feel compelled to like start going home. Okay. Do you get other saves? On suggestion? I don't
believe
think.
so. It just ends early when I finish what I'm doing, which I cannot finish that in 8 hours.
Right. True.
Is telling him to go home something he would be able to do?
Well, like,
I
it's-
actually can't go home now ever.
It's generally like a go north though. Like it's not so much about going exactly home. It's about going north, and home
Yeah,
is
I
north.
get what you mean. Yeah, I'm down with it. I'm down with it.
Okay. Sure. Okay, so you just start like casually walk, and it's not like a thing where you're running. You're just like casually walking north, like along the beach.
I do think Aldo is still an asshole. Luckily, I can't fuck with him at least, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but
Like-
you'll have to do it as you're like feeling. I don't think you could attack him. Could you attack him? Like you couldn't turn back to run at
Don't
him.
know.
Well, the thing is, you
No,
couldn't.
I'm I'm thinking about shooting at him once.
You could
the
probably
party
shoot at him.
below.
Yeah, I would let you do that. You could
Yeah.
shoot at him, but like you wouldn't be able to turn back and run at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
gonna
I
start
get that.
walking north and pull out the longbow and shoot at him.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna like. I still want to save him. It's just I also want to go home. So I'm
Right.
gonna
Yeah.
you know. Eventually, I'm just gonna continue walking until I can't shoot anymore.
Right.
We're
Okay.
gonna have to.
I'm
Great, we're
missed
gonna have
twice.
to fucking find Belly 8 hours later.
So, yeah. You. What it is you're trying to walk away and you're fighting this suggestion because you have to physically turn around to shoot at him. So you're trying to like turn your body cattywampus to try to shoot at him, which is what throws your arrows off and you just miss him and the arrows just fly off in the distance. I think one of them we hear it like off in the distance, just sploosh in the ocean.
All they do is go, "We're done, you stupid fucking idiots!"
Yeah,
And then I
as you're
just
literally like,
take off.
I feel like we can hear the theme song to the Incredible Hulk just playing on the piano as you walk away.
Yeah.
And the assassin kind of like walks forward to Aldo, and Aldo, the assassin has put his weapons away, and I think the assassin actually turns and like smiles as he watches you walk away. And at this point, Misha and Caitlin and Isabel are just they're at this point. I think they're trying to run. Like they actually see like there's panic here, and they're beginning to run. And Aldo is just like yelling at them down the beach. And Aldo is just using his whole movement, his dash, whatever, to try to get to them. And they're obviously, you know, the Miras family is tired and they're having trouble like running down the beach. And Aldo is like, you know, clomping his way through the sand. And the mage just kind of like pairs up with the assassin and is just like watching him walk away, watching Bellion walk away. And they're both like enjoying the scene. And I think it's at this point that I think Selenda, you sort of appear within eyesight. They can't see you because you're at the back of them, but I think you can barely like make out the scene as you kind of crest to the beach.
Okay.
So
I can't
About
make
how long
out
has
who
it
it
been?
is, though.
no, I think you can see who it is, but like Kaylin and Misha and Isabel are pretty far down the beach. They're probably like 100 feet from you. You can clearly make out who it is. They're at least
Okay.
100 feet.
How long has it been?
Since what?
Since
Since
since my battle ended, see if I have sending essentially, because I'd like to tell the party that Reggie's injured and down, but
Yeah.
I mean, I need to know how long because my spell lasts an hour.
I mean, you probably made it there. You probably have, I would say, I'm going to say like a half an hour. You've got time with your spell.
All right. So I guess if I see them on the beach, do I see Bellion running away?
Well, he's not running. He's just casually walking, but yes. You can see the back of him.
And trying to
Alright.
shoot at him, yeah. Like he's still shooting at him as he walks away.
Great. And Bellion's gonna see her dressed as the warlock. So yeah, I guess the warlock just shows up and I guess he'll flag down Aldo. Aldo seems like he's in charge, I would imagine.
hmm
There's mages and shit with him, right?
I mean, yeah, there's what appears to be a magic user, and there's another person. They're not walking with Aldo. They're just kind of like letting Aldo do his thing. But I think they're the first people that notice you if you start yelling.
No, she's not gonna yell, but she's gonna wave them.
Well, like
Walk
you
towards them.
can't get Aldo's attention without speaking, because Aldo's too far down the beach. Like you can't wave at him because I see you as being behind them, not in front.
I don't think my minor illusion is gonna work that far either. So she'll just walk towards them then, I guess.
Okay, so you're like bypassing the other two that are just watching Bellion.
Yeah, they don't seem important to her.
Okay. I think one of them, I think the mage like runs over and like basically like grabs you by the arm.
Take your hands off me.
And like he hasn't seen your face yet. And he like you turn to look at him. And there's a look of genuine shock on his face. And he like stumbles back a little bit and he just says like, Ambrose. Sorry, that's not his name. Andros. It's like,
Yes.
why are you here? We weren't expecting you. I say this with all due deference, of course, but I thought you were going to.
It's
Wait,
none
how
of
did
your
you get here this?
business.
No, of course, but we have this under control. I'm sorry. You're right.
Does not look it to me. And he points at the family. Like, Seriously? Are you going to tell me you've got it under control?
We're about to, of course. We had a little hiccup. It happens. I understand you had a, with no disrespect, a similar hiccup down in Baldur's Gate.
Yes, that bitch Celinda.
He said, yeah, I read her profile. But again, I don't mean to be rude, but we have this. If you'd like, there's an inn that we've taken control of. You can stay. We have beds.
No. I must speak with Aldo.
He's like, okay, well, yeah. Just a moment. And he like snaps his fingers at the assassin, and the assassin turns and like sees. He says, go help him retrieve them. And like the assassin just gives a nod and like starts jogging down the beach. And there's like a minute where the assassin is running toward Aldo, and at this point I think Aldo has like reined in the Miras family. Like they've all stopped, and they're just like out of breath. They can't keep running. And the assassin catches up with Aldo, and there's like a brief conversation, and like they all start walking back together. Like the Miras family, Aldo and the assassin. The assassin's kind of at the back of them, and I think Aldo's got his like arm linked in with Isabel's. Like he's like helping her along the beach. And he looks up at you, and he looks a little surprised. Gives you a nod. How you doing, brother? Wasn't expecting to see you. So what brings you up here?
Some snafus have.
Yeah, that shit down in Baldur's Gate, man. I tell you what, these damn adventures, man, they do get uppity. You know what I mean? Said, if anybody, I thought you could handle them. I mean, no offense. Said, I know you for for what you are and how you do business. I'm surprised they made it this far, but, we all have problems. I think you and I, we can handle them together. What do you say?
You seem pretty incompetent to me, Aldo.
Hey, now.
Had I been here from the beginning, these people would never have made it this far. Now,
Yeah,
would they have?
and I think he like smirks a little. He says, come on now, Andros. You know you don't have no call to be speaking to me like that. We're like brothers. He said, this isn't very much like you. He said, you had your incompetence. I had mine. Mine's done. Last I heard, Baldur's Gate's lost to us because of what you did. You done.
That was Kella's doing.
And like there's a pause. He says, I'm sorry, you saying you're blaming Kella for what happened to Baldur's Gate?
Well, she was a big problem there. Celinda noticed her right away.
And like he kind of stops. And the whole Miras family like stops. He says, it's just strange, man. Kel is one of the more competent people. He says,
Yes, well.
He says, I mean, I had a thing for her for a while, and it's kind of unusual. You talking to me like that about her? And he just waits for your response.
She just kind of, folds her arms over her chest and is like, well, it's not really any of your business now.
So, sorry, man. What's not my business? I'm just trying to understand here. You're saying a lot of things. He said, how did Kella... I mean, Kella got spotted. I mean, that happens, but...
Kella was sloppy. Very sloppy. Just put it that way.
Yeah, she can be a real bitch, can't she? I tried to get her drunk on
Yeah.
more than a few occasions, you know what I mean? She just never bit. I think she's got a thing for the ladies.
That might explain a few things.
He said, yeah, it might. And I think, like, he in a sudden jerk motion, lets go of Isabel, pulls out both of his blades. The assassin pulls blades, and the mage raises their staff at you. We're gonna roll initiative, but we're gonna take a break first.
All right.
So why don't we take 10 minutes? We'll meet back here at 10 till.
All right.